Politics as usual.
So we're gonna start this episode off a little differently. We got a new segment that we're introducing called 15 or Nothing. So I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown real quick before we jump into it. So everybody has their top 10 list, right? And it's all subjective. You know, your top 10 is your top 10. But you do find that some of the same names do get mentioned in majority of people's top 10. We're not gonna get into it, but you know where I'm going with it. So this segment is called 15 or Nothing, and it's basically highlighting those rappers that are normally put in the honorable mention or might be forgot about. You know, they may be in your top 10, they may not, but the question is, if they not in your top 10, are they top 15 worthy? And if they not top 15 worthy, why not? Now, if they are top 15 worthy, do they stand a chance of knocking somebody off your personal top 10 list? So that's pretty much where we're going with this segment. And I thought it'd be something different to kind of add to the show. Basically because, again, we all have those top 10 debates all the time. But what about those other five after the top 10 that tend to get looked over? And it's some hella names. Everybody can't make the top 10, but it's a lot of great rappers that are deserving to be in the conversation. So this is for them. So I'm gonna set the tone. This artist is not in my per se top 10, but I wouldn't be mad if he was in somebody's top 10, and he's definitely in my top 15. I'm gonna say J. Cole.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we doing? All right, J. Cole.
So I'm gonna tell you. So J. Cole is in my top 15 rappers, right? Mm-hmm. So number one, does everybody agree that J. Cole is a top 15 rapper?
He was in my top 10, so.
Okay.
Yeah, J. Cole is my top 10 as well.
Okay.
Top 15.
Why not? This is what makes it interesting. This is what's the case for J. Cole. Like, should he be in the top 10? Should he be brung up more in that conversation? Does he fit more in the top 15?
Top 10, I would say nah. Top 15, I definitely can see.
Why do you say J. Cole is not in the top 10 of all time? Or why he's not mentioned enough? You would say
he's not in your top 10, or he's not in the top 10.
Well, okay. So what I'm saying is we have several names, and I'm gonna say a few. So for the most part, when you speak to most people's top 10, right, you're going to hear a Jay-Z.
Okay.
You're going to hear Nas. You're going to hear
Tupac.
You're going to hear Biggie. You're going to hear all these names, right?
Uh-huh.
So once it starts getting tricky, some people might, like, I have Kendrick in my top 10.
Okay.
J. Cole is obviously a peer of Kendrick.
Uh-huh.
But he's not in my top 10. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So where I'm going with it is, what's the case for J. Cole or whatever artist that we want to mention?
So we're talking about our top 10, though, right?
Yeah, you're basing it off your top 10. So you say you had J. Cole in your top 10,
Yeah,
right?
he's in my top 10.
So, okay.
Man.
C is the only one that don't really. So what's your, I want to hear what your.
I mean, it's just, when people, like, when you say Kendrick, like, it's automatic. Like, yeah, he in your top 10. You say Jay-Z, it's automatic. Cole's just not, it's not automatic. I never thought, like, Cole was a top 10 rapper. I can name 10 rappers
better than J. Cole.
for sure.
Okay.
For sure. 15 is I'm not mad at 15. He might be just outside my 15.
I'm going to give you the reason why I didn't put J. Cole in my top 10, and this is the only reason I didn't. Because to me, he's a direct peer of like a Drake and Kendrick and people like that. So it's nothing to discredit him on an artist standpoint, lyrically. I think impact, while he might not have had Kendrick might have, the edge on the impact, he's not too far off. I think he's well respected as a lyricist. I think for me, it's the albums. I think Kendrick has had more stellar albums. J. Cole, and I think J. Cole might have more albums than Kendrick. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do feel like Kendrick has more albums that are mentioned in that classic conversation. For me, J. Cole has a solid 2.
2 classics?
2 classics. He has Forest Hills Drives, and he has this most recent album. I feel like that album is gonna age well and be considered a classic when it's all said and done. That's just my opinion. Now, if somebody wanted to make a case for J. Cole being in their top 10, like I said, he's definitely worth the mention. That's the point of it all. The 15 or nothing is like, even if they're not in your top 10, are they worth the mention? You know,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I
he
think
worth
J.
the
Cole
mention,
is
yeah.
worth the mention, and that's really why easily he's number 11 in my top 20.
All right,
You know
so
what I'm
let
saying?
me
He
try
just
to,
barely made it.
so let me try to play the game. So, Ludacris.
Ludacris is not a top 15 rapper to me.
Okay.
And I would say that is, again, I'm an album guy. I respect Ludacris and his talent. I think he's one of the best, with the wordplay. His videos was crazy, but he just didn't have albums that stuck with me.
Okay.
That's really it. He got a lot of, big songs and things that I remember take you back to a time and everything like that. But honestly, I would put Ludacris more like
20 something?
25, top
Okay.
25.
Okay.
He'll be in that.
All right.
Did y'all have any other names that y'all can throw in there that normally frequently get when you think about those conversations?
So we just throwing out names. That's
Yeah,
it.
and you just
all right,
like-
Method Man. He in my top 15. That's why I don't have somebody like Cole in it.
Okay, I respect that. Method Man is well rounded. Again, Method Man for me would be top 25.
Phil,
Nah, he would be my top 15.
Trey,
Method Man, probably top 20, but not top 15.
Redman.
Not even top 20 for me.
Redman would be top 20.
Honestly, I might have Red a little bit higher than Meth, but I wouldn't. He wouldn't be my top 15 though.
LL Cool J.
He in my top 10.
No, I'm just look at you getting defensive and shit. No, bro. I'm just saying where he at on everybody's list.
LL would be
It's one nigga.
He got hurt immediately.
yeah, LL would be top 15.
I mean, he would be top 20 for me.
I think it's disrespectful.
He wouldn't be. Nah, I mean,
LL is a legend.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Super.
LL
he top
15.
20 because your list and my list, we got different
Disrespectful
criteria.
is all I said. You disrespectful.
LL is
You're looking at a
probably-
list from
You're disrespectful. Go ahead,
everybody.
Trey.
He's probably top 15 for me as well.
Ice Cube.
He in my top 5.
Oh, okay.
Ice
Ice Cube top 15 for me.
top 20 for me.
Top 20,
Face, Scarface,
He in my top 5.
Top 10.
top 15 for me.
15.
Face and 15. Shit.
Again, I'm an album guy.
Face.
Hey,
Face probably got the best catalog. Rick Ross.
Top 30.
Ross is top 20 for me.
Top 30, bro.
Top 30.
Yeah.
Ross would be like 16.
I ain't mad at it.
I like Ross.
Who is somebody he could replace in your 15? Like, you really had to think about it. Do you think he could replace somebody in your 15? Now, who keeping him out?
Actually, I'm tripping. Ross is
keeping
top
Ross out?
15 for me. I'm
I
tripping.
don't know,
You said who
man.
keep Ross out?
Yeah, he said because he said
He probably
number
was like 16. It's
Who is somebody you think you could maneuver out there for?
Right. Who can you trade off?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say, man. Like I said, we haven't done the whole 15 list, so it's kind of hard for me. I haven't sat around. I got my top 10.
Right.
Man.
You never thought it. You never had thought.
I never
about
kept
the
going. I didn't
15.
keep going.
Oh, okay.
I always stopped at 10.
Okay.
But I mean, realistically, if he was at 15, it would be no surprise.
Let me ask this.
Rocket
Sticking
Monster.
on Ross.
Rock Martial.
Sticking on Ross real quick
Where-
because I like to do the pairing, especially with peers. When you take somebody like a Jeezy,
Okay.
with Jeezy edged out Ross in the top.
Jeezy in his top 10.
These was in my top 10.
Oh, okay.
And
But
T.I.
in the masses, okay. If you exclude your top 10 out of it, right? If somebody just say who's a top 15 rapper over Jeezy or Ross, who you think will get edged that out?
Jeezy.
Jeezy.
As we
like-
been
I
saying
think
off
Ross.
Impact.
I
Well,
think
listen,
Ross.
it's gonna be on who asking the question. Because
Yeah.
if somebody asking you just said you an album guy. So whoever got
That's
the
Ross.
best albums was probably in this case
Ross.
albums wise is Ross. But
Impact is
everything else is
Y'all
probably
smoking
Jeezy.
what?
It's different. No, I'm saying
what?
Jeezy?
no. Listen, he
Ross
said
catalog better
he
than
said
Jeezy,
who would be top 15, right?
Right.
Between Jeezy and Ross, right? I said it depends on who's asking the question. Because if he's asking the shit, I'm fucking up. If you giving him shit, what am I trying to
You
say,
asking him, he an album guy, so he's
bro?
going to say
It's
Ross.
yeah, it depends on who.
Ross
the
got a
person-
better catalog than Jeezy.
He
Yeah.
doesn't. Y'all
He
is
does,
y'all is
man.
stripping.
Bro, nobody's. No,
He does.
He did. What you mean?
He does.
I'm not disagreeing with you, bro.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Bro.
I'm talking about as far as
Hold on. So your argument is Jeezy's catalog is better than Ross.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Okay.
If you take the one-on-one album away from Jeezy,
Honestly, after recession,
yeah.
it
But
was a
them
wrap.
two, you can't say that because those two albums are classic albums.
Yeah, I agree.
Talking
But what I'm saying-
you can't take away two
Phil.
classics and say the rest of this nigga shit is some bullshit. Hell no.
This is the thing. Nobody's saying that. What I'm saying is this.
Yeah, I think you calm down, bro.
Phil, I mean,
Things popping on your
Ross,
forehead and shit.
Ross has more better out name right
More better.
Quantity.
Of better. Like Jeezy,
Right, it's
them
higher.
two are better than probably any Ross albums.
Okay.
But Ross has a consistency,
Consistent. Right.
good albums. Jeezy falls off after recession.
Right.
So
No, I don't.
103 was 103.
I
Oh
put
shit, yeah.
I put 103
I say
against
after 103.
I put 103 against Ross' second best album.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
three albums.
I give
What
you
you talking
three.
about?
Okay, Ross hasn't put out maybe two bad albums. Other than that, they all
Ross got
production on his albums.
Right.
Ross cohesiveness on the album is unmatched for real.
Right.
Okay, that's all that sounds good. But when Jeezy came out,
But bro,
and when
We
Jeezy comes
agree
out
with
no,
that.
no.
But
You're
No,
on a different argument.
Phil,
You make
Phil,
a different
yeah,
Jeezy
argument.
comes out with
Oh
any
my God.
project that's good.
get this nigga some.
It's a different
making a
level.
different
It's a
argument.
Get this
different
nigga some
level.
milk, bro. And listen,
We agree that
Yeah.
This is what I
your
want.
albums are.
That's exactly what I wanted.
We agreeing that those albums are it. We
Phillip.
agree with you. Them
Hey.
albums are it. We just saying
Hey, Phillip.
Ross consistently.
Philip, listen.
Yes, sir.
That's only if we're talking to a person who bases their top 10, top 15 list over who makes the better album.
And I'm telling who
I only mentioned that
and I'm
because
on-
IV made it clear
And what I'm
that he's
saying-
an album guy.
And
Phil,
what
what
I'm
you
saying
saying
is, if Ivy thinks that Rick Ross
Has better albums,
than
tripping.
Jeezy, he is tripping.
What you're
my
God,
saying
bro.
is he has the more impact because those albums had bigger impact and they might have been better than a
selling,
lot
all
of
that- all
Ross
that shit.
albums. We're just saying Ross puts out more good albums than Jeezy do.
But if I put out great albums, what the fuck you talking about?
If you put out 2 great albums and I put out 10 good ones,
Phil is
I'm more consistent.
Phil on some Dragon
And then
Ball
all
Z
my other-
shit
then
right
all
now,
That's what we
bro.
say. He's more
and then my
consistent.
other albums is damn near better than
No,
damn all
no,
those.
no, no,
What
no,
you
no, sir,
talking
no,
about?
sir, no.
102 better than damn near every Ross album. What the fuck you talking
I
about?
got a point for you.
Outside of goddamn Teflon Don.
I got a point for you real quick because you saying
And Deeper Than Rap. Them is two best
They
albums.
go back to the quality over quantity.
Ross
conversation,
Ross
right?
had a song called Nobody's Favorite
It go
for
back,
a reason.
It go back to the quality over quantity conversation, right? Majority, when you speak to the masses, especially depending on when they were born or whatever, a lot of people have Biggie in their top 10. Biggie only has 2 albums, but they're like masterpieces.
Okay.
So I understand what you're saying, but a lot of people leave Biggie off for that reason.
The reason why I would say Biggie's overrated because he hasn't put out enough quality albums. He put out 2 classics. That's like if a chef made pasta 2 times. Great ass pasta, the best pasta I ever tasted.
But
I would
keep that up.
I won't say he's the greatest chef. I just be like,
It's all
he
about
made
consistency.
He just made good pasta. Them 2 best pastas I tasted.
And those, if he made those 2 pastas and then died,
Bro, what the fuck? We are still.
he is
Still
his
on this
percentage
shit,
rate is
bro.
100%.
A pasta.
A pasta,
But
what we
he
talking
not-
about?
I can't say
great pasta.
Niggas
he
great
died
pasta.
making good ass pasta.
With a
Nigga sauce,
but he's
nigga
not-
sauce
with great pasta.
Nigga,
But
Rich
if
Fucking
but somebody like Jay-Z who has about 13 albums who he made pasta, he made fucking steak, he made
get-
all this.
I get what you're
I'm
saying.
gonna be like, he's a
Honest-
better chef.
I get what you're saying, but my success rate is 100%. Cool. We disagree on the big.
We supposed to be naming more names, man.
I mean, I named names.
We know we hung up on Ross and Jeezy.
I mean, he said Ross, and then you follow up the Ross. No, we can keep going with names. Name another name.
Politics as usual.